Hey everyone, and welcome back. So the last thing I want to talk about really is that what happens when you have your content written, you have the imagery picked out, like what do you do? Like, do you know how to code? Do you want some website builder to really help you? And I'm just going to give you the rundown of a couple different options that you can go through when actually posting your portfolio website. So last video we talked about Ryan Scott and his kind of like case studies, and they're really thorough, they're really beautiful, I love them, and I can see that like this person has a lot of experience. They know what they're talking about when it comes to just like coming up with thoughtful solutions. Now, they've actually used Squarespace to build a website. They haven't coded it themselves, it's very simple. So they've used Squarespace, so you can tell by that little icon up there. And Squarespace is a great way for you to just come up with a quick design template and just get it live really quickly without worrying about it being responsive, without worrying about coding, without worrying about all that kind of fuss. Now, I've used Squarespace in the past. I don't anymore, but I would definitely recommend it to somebody who just wants to get something up and running. They don't want to fiddle with code. You can if you want to. But they provide beautiful templates for you to just showcase like your work really, really easily and make it look beautiful. Now, they have their own way of hosting websites, so you don't even have to worry about that as well. They have, like I said, a bunch of different templates. So if we go through kind of their template over here, we can just like pick different types of things that we may want over here. So design, showcase work and expertise. And now where are you in your process? So I think I'm just going to replace my site with one for Squarespace. Here are the different types of kind of portfolio based sites that they offer, and all of them are nice. Like this one's really nice. Let's choose this one. So let's preview Nolan. And you can see what it looks like. So we have an artwork section. Very easy, nice little animations. So I'm going to click one. And really, it's just really easy to kind of place and drop content into something like the Squarespace. Once again, like it's already responsive outside the box. It actually kind of looks like my site, which is really funny. But I would definitely recommend something like Squarespace for people who don't want to fiddle with anything or any problems with code and stuff like that. And it's really nice and aesthetically pleasing right out of the box. So that is one option, Squarespace. There are other options similar to Squarespace like WordPress and stuff like that, but I digress. I think Squarespace is probably one of the better options out there just for out of the box functionality. Next is something like GitHub Pages. So this is what I use. I've coded my own website, and I just host it on GitHub, and I've turned that repository into an actual website. So that's what GitHub Pages does. So you can host it there for free. It's just really, really easy. A lot of times people have trouble with like, where do I host my website? Where do I like access all my files if I want to kind of redesign it or like update it and stuff like that? And, the thing about GitHub Pages, like if you're not constantly coding and like if you're not in that realm, which I'm not anymore, like I haven't really updated my portfolio website in some time, and I may actually switch back to something like Squarespace just for the actual ease of use. But in this case, GitHub Pages is really great if you're already integrated with like the GitHub ecosystem and you're already familiar with it. And you can easily just kind of upload all your files there and create a public website, and it'll automatically be hosted. So easy way to do that. And you can also like easily demo those files and run them in your terminal and use whatever code editor or text editor that you have, whether that be something like Sublime or Atom. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can just easily edit and then push once again to that repository and have the update and be live. So if you're into that, if you want a more tactile approach to building your website, this is what I would definitely use. But like I said, if you don't want that, you don't want the fuss, go with something like Squarespace where you can just automatically get your website and your portfolio up and running easily. So that's how I would approach getting your website up and running really quickly. And yeah, go ahead, go out there and remember I said about content, like you don't need many projects, only several, and build some beautiful case studies and beautiful websites for potential employers and just for colleagues to kind of look at and give you some feedback.